week of my life. And so when I go home, my dad always wants to, eat dinner, and like, yes, I do too, but I also want to read my book because I want to finish it. And it's just, I feel like I have zero time because I'm getting home at like 8:30 p.m. every night and then eating dinner and then going to sleep. So it's just a lack of time pretty much is keeping me from doing those things.
What keeps you motivated to still be involved with your hobbies and not just let them go?
I'm really stubborn, even if I don't want to be. Like, I won't let myself be bad at things, even if I'm like a lazy person at heart, but also my brain's like, Tessa, you have to be good. You have to be at least good at it, right? So, like, even though, for instance, all region and band, I hate all region. I hate practicing the music. But I still have to make the band because then I'd be disappointed in myself. And so I at least make concert band. I think it's just like my hard-headedness is what keeps me motivated, especially with theater. Like, you don't want to embarrass yourself on stage.
Which of the many activities you're in would you recommend to other people?
Band is super fun. I'm a concert season kind of person. I like sitting down and playing pretty music with people who are all like super into it. Marching band's not my thing. I don't like being hot and going to football games and being mostly
Yeah.
A lot of wisdom in taking a back seat.
It is 5:01 p.m. A quorum is present, and the meeting has been duly called and posted in the time and manner required by law. I'd like to invite Jason Burden, senior pastor from First Baptist Church, to open the meeting with a prayer and lead the audience in the pledges to American and Texas flag.
Before we pray, I just want to thank you for the honor of opening this with a blessing and bring you greetings from all the good folks at First Baptist Church of Lubbock, Texas. Bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, I pray your grace and peace would abound. I pray your blessings upon the trustees, upon Dr. Rollo, that you would provide your protection over our campuses and watch over all the students. Lord, you have given us a great task of educating our young people so that our future may be bright. And I thank you for those that you've called to organize that effort on behalf of our community. And I just pray your blessings upon all the topics that will be discussed, the kids that will be celebrated, the future that will be planned for. Father, may all this happen in your strong name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Attention. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of Texas and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now to the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pastor Burton. Just for the audience's sake, we have a ton of student recognition, so I'm going to ask everybody to try to be as quiet as we can be so we can hear each kid's name and so their parent can hear their name. And then additionally, for those that are presenting or announcing, if we wait for all the kids to get in for each section, just out of respect for them. So with that, I'd like to invite Amy Baker, Executive Director of Career and Technical Education, to the podium in recognition of Skills USA state qualifiers. Ms. Baker?
Thank you, President Curry, Dr. Rollo, Board of Trustees. Skills USA is a national career and technical student organization that supports students in skilled trades and technical programs that we offer here in Lubbock ISD. This year, we had nearly 210 students who competed at the district level, and today we are going to be recognizing 100 state qualifiers who competed as part of the ATC programs. And these students earn top honors in everything from construction, audio, video, plumbing, HVAC, it goes on and on. We are going to announce the first 50 students, then we'll take a break for our parents to be able to change out and bring in the next group of 50 for today. We will begin with our state qualifiers in the area of construction. Please congratulate Jaden Oliver, Noah Montez, and Troy Finch. These students were coached by their construction advisors, Matthew Medlin and Trevor Huss. Congratulations, construction students.
Now y'all get to come back for a group photo. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Y'all get to take a picture real quick. How we doing? Construction picture. Back up here. Gentlemen, if you'll hold it where they can see it.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. All right. Step forward. All right. There. Good. All right. Here goes. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Good.
Congratulations.
Good luck at state.
Our next group coming in is from our law enforcement program, some outstanding students and achievements. And we actually have 2 students from this group who will be running for state officer positions this year in Corpus Christi. Please help me congratulate state qualifiers, Amelia Bowser, not here, okay. Aline Guardiola. Berlin Richardson. Braden Clapp. Danielle McCourt. Perfect. Daisy Rojo. Eliana Villa Hinsley. Elizabeth Bunyard. Emma Volkenkov. Was that even close? Gabriella Garza. Hayden Gardner. Hunter Balderas. Emily Vasquez. Jacob Rosendo. Mylene Zarate. Malia Clemish. Vanessa Carmona. And Virginia Reyes. These students are led by instructors Ruben Gastelum and Paul Flores.
Group picture. Probably like these two rows. Taller folks in the back.
Y'all do certificate up, tall people in the back. Teachers, y'all come this way.
You're in the front row. Squat just a little bit. Yep. You guys ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, and 3. Good.
As our next group is coming in, I just want to say how wonderful it is. These students are representing the Byron Martin Advanced Technology Center, but really they come from all 5 of our comprehensive high schools. So this is a unique opportunity for students from all schools to come together and work on teams to compete together. Really a positive experience. If you can tell by their amazing chef coats, we are next going to recognize our state qualifiers in our culinary program for Skills USA. We'll start today with Abigail DeSosa. Annabelle O'Neill. Aslyn Nicholson. Cheyenne Proa. Dominic Villegas. Francisco Castro. Jordan Williams. And Zach Montalongo. And we'll do a culinary group picture.
Let's get 2 rows. You're tall in the back. Congrats.
Y'all make 2 rows. Put your certificates up, put the tall people in the back.
We need samples. Can you teach live? Mayor, you. take each student. Yep.
We have another large group coming in from our audio-visual production teams.
St. Patrick's Day?
Okay, let's recognize our state qualifiers. Andrew Mills. Arissa Muñez. Aiden Calloway. Benito Rodriguez. Grant McCall, who's not here with us tonight. Ian Jeffries. Isbel Lito. Jack Spalding. Jude May. Kimberly Rosales. Leah White. And we've got one left, so I'm going to guess. Is it Ruel? Ruel Villarreal. These students are coached by several teachers from our Advanced Technology Center, including Mr. Daniel Ballard, Kimberly Couch, and in the booth recording tonight's broadcast, Miss Elizabeth Roop. Group picture. Also want to thank our Byron Martin principal, Miss Ann Archer, who could not be here today. She's actually traveling with another group of students at a different competition, so standing in for her today, our Chief Academic Officer, Misty Reaper. You're doing great with all the smiles.
Jack just got here. Spalding.
We'd now like to recognize state qualifiers in welding. Jaslyn Rodriguez. Luis Arias Argueta. And do we have Vernon Dale Watkins? All right, we got one welding student represented today.
Are you Bud? Yes. You want to start over?
Yes. Do I have the other list?
This is Bud Castillo.
From animation. Thank you. Hey, Bud, we are glad to recognize you as a state qualifier. Thanks for being here. Connor Brenholtz. Does that sound better? Okay. Thank you. Eli Hernandez. Elijah Martinez. Alicia Yanez. Hayden Bell. Joshua Simfukwe. Caden Rinicones. Natalie Soto. Nicholas Stevens. And I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Do we have Ricky Prito, Ridley Shekel, Samuel Macias, or Tila Lopez? Okay. These students are coached in animation and 3D design by Miss Brenda Olden and Reed Rollo.
Y'all want to come back up here?
Everyone back up to take a picture.
Y'all leave Brenda over there, and the rest of y'all come on.
All of you come on. Tall people in the back, short people in the front. And y'all hold your certificates up, put tall people in the back, short people in the front. Here, come sit right here in the middle. Yeah, they're all tall. Come sit here, come down this way. Mrs. Olden? Yeah.
You know how to do it. Y'all need to scoot up.
Here, come
2
on,
rows.
right here.
Y'all scoot up.
Cover anyone.
Y'all hold your, yeah, can everybody see? Okay.
I should know how to do this.
I'm expecting some national qualifiers from that group. Now we may welcome our welding students. Maybe.
All goes well. Yeah, Joe, if you can't stop.
All right, our welding state qualifiers, Jaslyn Rodriguez. Luis Arias Argueta. And Vernon Dale Watkins. They are coached by instructors Henry Anderson, Matt Soto, and we also have an amazing teaching assistant, Veronica Acosta, joining us tonight.
Congratulations.
Parents, as we're taking this picture, if your child has been recognized already this evening, you're okay to go ahead and meet them out in the hallway where you can take additional photos. And we're going to switch for our next group of parents to come in.
Goes. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Congratulations, y'all.
Thank you, guys. Good job. Good job.
Great job.
You're going to make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Without college.
Thank you. Apparently it is hard.
On the market, or it could be.
Hey,
I could be. Yesterday for real quick. I know. Okay, you want me to put it on? Tell me what you want me to put on.
oh, Elizabeth. They go to our church. They're great people.
Oh.
She retired from Tech. Just the other day.
We got plumbing, HVAC, IT. We're in mock trial. Or PTA reflections.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was getting old. buying me a drink. Trying to sneak in.
All right, just to recap, we are recognizing our state qualifiers in the Skills USA organization from the Byron Martin Advanced Technology Center. I do want to note that we had 4 student qualifiers in our electric program. Those students are all at the Civic Center this evening participating in an additional event, so they could not be here. We have 2 students to recognize in our collision and automotive repair. We'll start with Caden Lovato. Jaslyn Lopez. We have 3 instructors for that program: Peter Usilka, Mario Guerrero, and James Salazar. Congratulations.
We're gonna take a picture.
Promise this is the last.
Yeah, just stand right here.
Represent.
Goes ready.
Congratulations, y'all. Good job.
Our next group to recognize is from Plumbing and HVAC. We have 2 instructors to recognize, Ricky Martinez and Jared Ramsey. And our state qualifiers are Darian Walker, Dylan Duncan, and Ricardo Galares.
Good already. Thank you. Thank you.
Group picture for Plumbing and HVAC together.
I'd say tall in the back, but that's all I'll do.
And here goes. Ready?
Congratulations. But we are not done yet. So thank you for allowing us to continue to celebrate these students and their hard work and their accomplishments. For some of these students, going to Corpus Christi for state will be their first time away from home or away from family. So we're grateful for all of the teachers and educators who pour into them and help prepare them for these experiences. This is our group from our Information Technology program. Our state qualifiers will begin with Brendan Sheldon. Carter Hammonds. Christopher Brown Jr. Colton Klein. Courtney Cowden IV. Adrian Thorpe.
Sorry, we're gonna take a brief
Levi Mitchell. Sorry, Caden. Caden Jolly. Michael Daboo. Rylan Crane. Spencer Guillen. And Zachary Snodgrass. They are coached by a first-year teacher, Mr. Nathan Roman. All right, we're going to take one large group picture with our IT students. They'll come on up.
Group picture, come on back.
Come on, guys.
Maybe
Ladies.
the less tall in the
Tall in the back.
Tall people in the back.
Are all tall?
Yes, not as tall, and hold your certificates up, and then come up with this way a little bit, so we got a window. There you go. There you go. Great. We might have to make, do we need one more row?
We fit one more back row.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, and then, yep. Looks good. And then,
Jim, like we're skinny. Yeah, there we go.
perfect. Hold your focus a little bit higher. Good. Here goes. Ready?
Not covering your face. No. Don't cover your face.
Ready? 1, 2,
And we did it. Thank you, board. Appreciate you all.
I'd now like to invite Kim Callison, Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, to the podium in recognition of mock trial state qualifying team. If we can wait till, do we have all the parents in? Let's wait just a second, Kim.
And we think that Caesar goes on after you, so pick it up. Bring your Caesar.
Near the howdy.
That's our howdy.
Samantha.
All right. With great enthusiasm, I am honored to be here today to introduce the 2026 Texas High School Mock Trial State competitors. Students from the Talkington School for Young Women Leaders recently competed in the Texas High School Mock Trial State competition in Dallas, hosted by the Dallas Bar Association. Mock trial competitors balance the intensity of a courtroom with thoughtful research, compelling argumentation, and a deep understanding of the legal system. Texas mock trial involves 180 teams from across the state, and in March, the top 28 regional winners competed in Dallas. Ultimately, Talkington mock trial placed third in the entire state and made it to the semifinal round. The event includes licensed attorneys, courtroom judges, and law students to score, preside, and provide valuable feedback throughout the entire tournament. In addition to the team placing third, junior Madeline McDonald was the first in Talkington history to make it to state in the courtroom artist division. Senior Catherine Lutuania, I hope I got that right, ladies, received 5 Outstanding Advocate Awards. Junior Briley Harrison received 3 Outstanding Advocate Awards, and Senior Gabriela Balderas and Sophomore Briley Raquel each received 1 Outstanding Witness Award. And Mr. Butler just found out that due to their performance at state, each student will receive a $150 scholarship from the Dallas Bar Association. The students are coached by Talkington's Corey Butler and attorney coach Ashley Cox of the Lubbock County DA's office, and the courtroom artist coach is Denise Avery. So it is my honor to introduce the Talkington mock trial team. Some of them are not here this evening because they're competing in UIL. Our first one is sophomores, Briley Wackel, who is at UIL tonight, and Catherine McCauley. We have juniors, Briley Harrison, Madeline Wynn, Madeline McDonald, who is our artist. I believe she's at UIL. And seniors, Camille Laurent, Catherine Lutuania, Gabriela Baldares, Isabella Gibb, Kelly Leach, and Kendall McCammond. Congratulations to the mock trial team.
Group photo. Take 2 rows and you're taller in the back.
Yeah, so second row, yeah.
Why are you hiding behind turquoise?
That's all right.
Here goes. 3, 2, and 3.
How are you? Good to see you. You doing all right? Good.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I was still in focus with them. Awesome. Well done. Thank you for what you guys did.
Next, I'd like to invite Britta Ty, Community Relations Coordinator, to the podium in recognition of PTA Reflections State Qualifiers. Do we have, Amanda, we've got all the parents in?
Hey, I am very excited to be here this evening in recognition of our PTA Reflections State Qualifiers. With the theme of I Belong, Lubbock ISD students submitted entries to the Lubbock ISD Council of PTAs for consideration in the 2025-2026 Texas and National PTA Reflections Contest. The Texas PTA Reflections State Contest volunteer chairwoman for Lubbock ISD is Keely Nagy. The Lubbock ISD Council of PTA Presidents is Alma Molina. And here is Keely to tell us a little bit more about Reflections.
Hi, I'm glad to be here to recognize the students who made this art on their own time and entered it in this competition. I wanted to give a quick couple of shout outs, one to the district for supporting the arts like you do, and one to PTA for a group of volunteers who has provided this opportunity for the kids, as well as so many opportunities for connections with families and teachers inside and within the community, and then support for teachers. I've seen it from both sides, and I appreciate it for all that it does. So just a quick little history. The Reflections program has been around for about 50 years. Local PTAs put on this program and recruit invite students to make dance choreography, film production, literature, music composition, photography, visual arts, and accessible arts with positive recognition as the focus. So we love to recognize our artists. About 200,000 students participate annually, and then all entries that proceed to state who are recognized at the state level with an overall award of excellence, an award of excellence, an award of merit, or honorable mention will be celebrated at the Texas PTA's Reflections Award ceremony on May 16th in Austin. So hopefully some of these kids are going to be able to go down there for that. So thank you.
Thank you, Keely. The following 14 Lubbock ISD students were chosen by the Lubbock ISD Council of PTAs to have their entries submitted to the state contest. Miller Elementary, Tobias Esparza. Tobias. Accessible Arts, Visual Arts for Ben in My Heart. State level honorable mention. From Ramirez Elementary, Emerson Rosales. Primary for Mountain and Cherry Blossom. State level honorable mention award. Also from Ramirez, Olivia Gomez Molina. Intermediate photography or With My Mom. State level participation award. Also from Ramirez, Towns Witt. Accessible arts photography for the Fall River. State level honorable mention award. From Roscoe Wilson Elementary, Ava Tillay Wynn. Intermediate dance choreography, perfect pair. State level participation award. Also from Roscoe Wilson, Nora Lindley. Intermediate teacher for belonging puzzle. State level honorable mention award. From Smith Elementary, Olivia Herrera. Immediate to art, state level participation award. From Commander William C. McCool Academy, Madeline Del Bosque. Middle School Visual Arts for Dancing Queen, state level honorable mention award. From Lubbock High School, Alexander Morales Bowen. High School Music Composition for L'Art de Partner, French for The Art of Belonging, state level honorable mention award. From Talkington School for Young Women Leaders, Allison Phillips, High School Literature for 1.0 state level honorable mention award. Also from Talkington, Annalie Coley, Middle School Literature for Under These Stars, state level honorable mention award. Also from Talkington, Cassie Ray, High School Visual Arts for The Lost Piece to the Puzzle, state level participation award. From Talkington, Emily Agee, High School Photography for Belonging Institution, state level participation award. And not able to be here from Talkington, Marlo Barnes, Middle School Film Production for Everyone Belongs Somewhere, state level participation award. Middle School Music Composition for The Sweet Sound of Belonging, state level award of merit. And Middle School Photography for Belonging Pasture, state level award of merit. Congratulations, artists!
Come back and take a big group picture. Those of you taller in the back, please. Those of you less tall in the front, okay?
Not so tall.
Scoot over. Keep going a little bit. No, just the front row. I'm sorry. Come on in here, big guy.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Front row, keep going.
I don't know that we have room for all these adults.
Not getting out of the picture. You should have seen him smiling back there.
of those has to be good. Good job, guys, ladies. Good job.
Congratulations.
Well, it is almost Easter. It only feels nice to be wearing the colors.
Thank you.
Sit.
Ooh, it got cold in here now.
Keep you awake. We can wait more than that.
You do?
You good if you're alone.
I do what I can.
Isn't that roll on?
Yeah.
I know. Oh, with that tissue on there.
Wait till these doors shut. Do you need some?
What? Yes, I'll take some. That's great. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Nancy.
Pretty lawyer.
Okay, next order of business is citizen comments. Before we begin, I would like to review the provisions and board policy governing the procedures for public participation as reflected in BED local. The audience shall not enter into discussion or debate on the matters being considered by the board. I will remind members of the board that the citizen comments section of our board meeting is for the purpose of listening to patrons, but we are not allowed to comment or debate on issues that are not posted. No presentation shall exceed 3 minutes, and a timer will go off at the completion of 3 minutes. I would ask that you conclude your comments within the time limit allowed. As I call your name, if you would come up to the podium and state your full name for the record. I'd like to invite Charles Byrne to the podium, please.
Good evening, President Curry.
Good evening.
My name is Charles Byrne. I live in Lubbock, and I'm here to discuss your book policy. I know later on in your agenda you're going to discuss books. One thing that I'm asking is the book. I don't know if you will let me speak on that issue after your closed session, or do I need to address you now when it comes to the books?
For public comment now would be that time, sir.
So we couldn't speak on letter C when it comes to you guys deciding what books you're going to have? Or do I just need to do it now?
Now would be an appropriate time since you signed up.
Okay. I want to discuss that. I'm hoping that the books that you receive, that you have to review, that you take them out of our schools. One other thing that I want to discuss is your 90-book policy. Seems kind of outrageous that you do this because of school being out within that 90-day period. The question that needs to be answered is, are you going to continue the policy? Are you going to stop the policy? Are you going to stop your advisory board when there's no school? Are you going to continue that policy? That's kind of the stuff I wanted to ask during this consideration of books. I can tell you, I have a granddaughter sitting in the audience. She's 4 years old, and she may be coming to your school district next year. But I can tell you, if you don't remove these books and do what's right by the public, she won't be coming to your school district. She'll be homeschooled. And over the last 4 years, your school district has lost almost 3,000 students for some purpose. I mean, you guys may know what that is. You may not know what that is. But the problem is, you don't listen to the people that put you in your positions, that vote for you, or put you in the position of being a superintendent. It's time for you guys to wake up and listen to the people that elect you to these positions. Because if not, there's going to be people running against you. You won't have your position. That's not a threat. That's a promise. It's time for you guys to wake up and do what you're elected to do. And that is take care of your students, do what's right for your students, and do what's right for the parents that sit in this audience behind me. So I'm just concerned that you won't let people talk during the action item C, and letting us know what the books are that you're going to try either to keep on, because it seems like every time that you guys have a meeting on these books, you don't remove any books. You keep them on the shelves. And that's a big issue with parents as well. Like I said, can I finish?
Please wrap up.
It's time for you guys to wake up and do your job, or you won't be sitting in the positions that you're in. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Anna Minjarez to the podium, please. Tell you what, while we wait, there's two others that signed up. I'd like to invite Monica Byrne to the podium.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. This is my 4-year-old. My name is Monica Byrne. I've been living in Lubbock. And I want to speak to you guys about explicit books that y'all are keeping on the shelves. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead. As Rachel reached the bed, she went for the shirt again. She gasped at the unveiling. Oh, Jess, you're as magnificent as I imagined. She cupped a breast. Sorry, I'm pregnant. I'm out of breath.
Okay.
And pulled Jess down for another heated kiss. It was Jess who pulled away this time and creased her face. Strangely, Rachel felt relaxed, even loved by the look she was receiving from the gaze. Blood was gushing like a torrent through Jess's head, crashing against the sides. Her eyes saw only silver flashes of light, and the legs that usually carried her had definitely turned to jelly. I would like these books removed so I don't have to sit here and explain to my 4-year-old what are they doing, because she found these books in one of y'all school districts. And as a mother, I shouldn't have to sit here and explain to her why they have these books, or why she has to go to a library or somewhere that she has to read this. I'm pretty sure y'all don't want me up here reading something like this. I mean, if y'all can't sit here for like 30 seconds and hear me read it, why do they have to sit in a classroom to hear it? It's not right. For this reason, I will be homeschooling her unless the books are removed, because I don't want to sit here and explain to any child what are they doing. Why does she have to know what sex is at 4 years old? That's just not right. And a lot of the times, they want to medicate the kids because they're out of control, or they don't sit still. They shouldn't be medicated. They should be outside. They shouldn't be sitting in a classroom 50 minutes. They should have their free time. Oh, we can't control your kid because they don't want to sit still. Medicate them. That's not the right answer. To me, that's not the right answer. Why do kids have to be medicated? Because they can't control them. Or go to a library, which is fine, but finding books like this is not right. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Noah Byrne to the podium.
Good evening, y'all. My name is Noah Byrne, and I'm here to talk about the explicit books as well. As you heard, that was my wife that came up and spoke about my 4-year. I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to have y'all's kids reading that stuff as well. This is one of the books. You've heard the phrase, "I wear my heart on my sleeve." Well, I kind of wear my penis on mine. I'm pretty sure you don't want a 4-year-old seeing this in an elementary school. This is on one of y'all's lists to be seen and recognized. And I have normalize trans bodies. Something needs to be seen. Something needs to be recognized as a school board member. As I've been in politics since I was 13. And I don't think this is acceptable as a book in an elementary school, middle school, and high school. I understand nowadays this is what's normal. I don't feel like my 4-year-old should be seeing this. And then growing up having to read these types of books. And me and my wife having to explain to her, what is this? I don't feel like that's right. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use the whole 3 minutes. I appreciate y'all's time and have a good evening.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Coming back, invite Anna Minharas to the podium.
I'm Anna Minharas, and I'm sure you all are familiar with my face and my name. But I'm also here to read out of one of these books. It's on the school library list, one of the latest lists that we received. So to me, this is the book called, this book is Gay. Introduction by David Leviathan. Clearly, I'm not a gay woman, and as such, would you possibly come to me for tips on girl-girl sex? Well, quite so. I've called in an expert, gay writer, Mr. Locke. Let's talk about dildos. I think a lot of people assume that where there is no penis, a desperate sexual void is created out of which something dick-shaped must ultimately slot in order to satisfy a vagina. This right here is a book out of our public library schools. This is not educational. I don't care how you want to cut it and slice it. It's not educational. It's perverted. If a parent wants these books, then they ought to go buy them for their kids. But it's the majority of the taxpayers for Lubbock, we don't want these books there. We've been coming here for almost 3 years asking for help. Yes, the process and the bills have been passed, but the process should be quicker than what it's taking. It doesn't take a genius to find out what these books are like. And you're all very educated people. And you will not hear the end of me until this is done, completely done. This is not what the taxpayers want in our schools. It's perverted and it's sick. There's a scripture in the Bible, for all of you that are believers, that says when you harm a child, you might as well tie a boulder around your neck and throw yourself into the deepest of the ocean. Is that what you want to do? Because that's what you're doing by harming our children. You are raping them spiritually and emotionally. And I'm standing up for them. Thank you for your time, and I hope you take this into serious consideration.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is executive closed session. Executive closed session will be held under the provisions of Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. It is 5:57 p.m. and we are adjourned to closed session. It is 6:01 p.m. and we are reconvened from executive closed session. Do we have any action items following closed session?
We do.
Yes, ma'am.
I move that we hire Isra Chambers as the principal at Dupree Academy High School.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hands. All those opposed, same sign.
Do both.
Motion carries 6-0. Congratulations, Mr. Chambers.
Thank you very much, Board, Dr. Rollo. It feels really good to be home. Before I get going on that, I'll introduce my family that's here with me. My wife, Jency Chambers, my daughter, Cheney. Have 4 other kiddos that aren't here, Chance, Charlie, and Chip, and they're all out living life. And so, but like I said earlier, it feels great to be home, home sweet home. I started at Roscoe Wilson in 2003 as a teacher, had the pleasure of being there for 6 years, and then got to go on and be an assistant principal at Monterey and an associate at Estacado. And what Jency said earlier is it just felt great coming back in this building. And so to have the opportunity that you guys have afforded me, I take that very seriously. And one thing I'll say, and hopefully they'll say when I'm done with education, is that man loved kids. And so I cannot wait to hit the ground running and impact lives. Meeting kids where they are, I feel like has been a specialty for me. God gives you experiences in your life for a reason, and that's to share with others. And so, when I start talking to kids about tough times, I can talk to them from experience, and they seem to latch onto that. So I can't wait to get to Dupree, start building relationships and loving on kids and getting them where they want to be next, whether that's the workforce, junior college, trade school, 4-year. So once again, Board, Dr. Rollo, both interview committees that I've had the pleasure of sitting down with, thank you, and I can't wait to get to work.
Thank you, Ezra. Do we have any other actions following closed session?
We do, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
I move that we hire Amy Estrada as the principal of Hutchinson Middle School.
Second.
Oh, everybody wants to second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by a show of hands. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Curry, Dr. Rollo, and the Board of Trustees for trusting me with the opportunity to lead Hutch Middle School. I'm truly honored to serve the students, staff, and families at a campus that already means so much to me. I want to introduce my family. I have my supportive husband, Zach, my daughter, Charlie, who's at Lubbock High and is a former Hutch Ranger, and my son, Logan, who's a current Hutch Ranger and is super excited to go to school with Mom, just like Charlie did. He's going to enjoy it, right? I also want to thank my parents, former educators who showed me how to lead and love students and be incredible parents at home. And so I owe a lot of who I am to them. I want to thank the principals who have trusted me to be a member of their team and gave me a shot, both Marty Makuta and Christy Gillespie at Cavazos and Mr. Young at Lubbock High, who trusted me to lead alongside him and the growth that I experienced in those last 2 years being a member of his team. I also want to recognize the assistant principals and academic deans that I served alongside with. It was truly an honor to learn and grow with you. And to my current team at Lubbock High, it's been a blast this year, and I can't wait to see all the things that y'all accomplish. To the teachers, staff, and students' families at Cavazos and Lubbock High, so much of who I am as an educator has been shaped by you. You inspire me every day, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have worked alongside you. I'm honored to serve as the principal of Hutchinson Middle School. Mr. Stewart's leadership has continued to make Hutch an incredible place to be, and I'm excited to continue that legacy and tradition. Because of that tradition and reputation, we chose that school for our own kids many years ago, and it means so much to me to be able to give back now. I look forward to serving alongside the administrators, teachers, staff, and families, including many who have helped raise my own children.
I care deeply about this campus and will lead in a way that ensures every student at Hutch is seen, supported, and positioned for success. Again, thank you.
Thank you. It is 6:06. We're going to take a 10-minute recess so we can congratulate and take pictures real quick.
Still be out there.
Give ourselves a 10-minute break.
Yes.
Use Mary Ann's when we're going to the trash.
Ooh, it's cold back here. I got cold. Yes, yep, it was.
Okay, it is 6:16, and we are reconvened from that brief recess. Next agenda item is trustee comments. I will open the floor to my colleagues.
I'll go first again. I let y'all go. A couple.
One time, John.
I thought it was 2. Was it 1?
All right, let's get with it.
All right. Sorry.
Back there, start the
First, I wanna address our community members who spoke. Appreciate y'all sticking around for trustee comments. We didn't get a chance to address you guys last time. And let me just say personally, I appreciate your passion and your belief in what you're doing. You know, this is all a part of I think healthy public discourse. So thanks for sharing your thoughts, and thanks for representing folks who share your thoughts. What I would encourage the group to do, this is the second meeting in a row where we've heard comments about books being on shelves, continuing to be on shelves. The law states that just went into effect, if a book is challenged, it comes off the shelf. So I just want to make sure that y'all know that, and I would encourage y'all to look into that and make sure that everyone's clear on that. Let me just say, and I've said this in meetings before, I'm a parent. I've got 2 kids at LISD right now. I've got a baby at home who will be a student at LISD in the next 3 or 4 years. And I'm with you. I share a lot of y'all's sentiments. I don't want my kids reading inappropriate things. And I, personally speaking, I found some of the things that I heard tonight inappropriate. That is why this process exists. And I'm pretty confident in saying this. I don't know for a fact, but there's probably lists that get shared and that go around that have books that might pop up on a radar. They may or may not be in our libraries, but that is why this process exists. And, I encourage people to go through the process for them to be reviewed. That's why a Slack committee exists. So anyway, thanks for your thoughts and sharing, and it's definitely something that's on my radar as a board member, and we'll continue to work on that part. Next to Ezra and Amy, I think they're continuing congratulations, but both of these hires are super important for the district. Big shoes to fill in both cases, and I know there's a lot of excitement around both of these hires, and feeling like we're putting the right people in the right seats. A word that comes to mind is legacy. There's legacy at Dupree and at Hutch, and I think that their predecessors helped build that legacy. I think the people who came before them did the same, and I'm confident that you two will continue to build upon that legacy. So welcome to your new spots.
Well, I'll add, and they're not here, I wanted to thank Carolyn Thompson-Conrad. Appreciate how much she has done for Lubbock ISD in her retirement, having Ezra come back and bring Jency along. We're delighted to have them both in Lubbock ISD. And then Amy Estrada too. Both of those people have been mentored, and they mentioned mentors to them. So to our administration, who's done a great job. Our professional development in Lubbock ISD is second to none. And you've done a great job growing our own. And sometimes they take a little John out of town, but you bring him home. So I'm really delighted about that. And then we are going to be talking about both the SLAC committee, the library committee, and the SHAC, the health, and those are volunteers who spend a tremendous amount of time. And I just want to thank them for the time they spend helping guide our district and helping advise the board. And in addition, librarians have been very involved and recognize the extra work they put in to helping look through and make sure that there are good choices made. And so I want to thank them for their efforts as well as trained people to understand how to build reading in children. We know that's so important to their success in school. So wanted to shout those folks out.
Well, congratulations to Amy and to Isra again. Isra's just coming back home. I met him when I first got on the board 10 years ago. And again, although there's a legacy going out, and he's going to bring wonderful things to our district, new things, and that's what we want. We don't want to be stagnant. We want him to start a new legacy out here at Dupree. And Amy, again, I've known her since she was at Cavazos. She came in after I did. But she continues to grow, and she just said it all. You couldn't have said it better, Nancy. So thank you for saying that the leadership is you guys have grown with her, and she gives the kudos to everybody. She's grown big time, and I really do appreciate her. And even though she's leaving Lubbock High, and it's my district, but she's still in my feeder pattern, so I'm excited about that. And I also want to thank all of you guys that came out to speak. Absolutely, I have grandkids in the district. Keep one thing in mind, guys. These books, if you know that they're out there, go and get you the paperwork that's on the web. Get it, turn it in so it can get taken off the shelf so that it will be removed. Do it. You guys have the autonomy to do that. So take that opportunity. When you come up here, evidently the book is still there. Get that paperwork, fill it out. The minute it gets turned in, it's getting taken off that shelf. And it'll stay there until it's read, and then it'll go before the committee. So if you guys weren't aware of that, you know now. Because keep in mind, if we don't know what these books, because we're not in that library unless it is brought to us like it is now through the Slack, whatever the case may be. So keep in mind, and I want to say this, honestly, we don't know what's in those libraries. To be honest with you, those books could have been there from years back and when. It's gotten slim to none on librarians. We all know that. But keep in mind, we are also doing our due diligence. As soon as something like this comes up, we do something about it. Keep that in mind. The young girl, 4-year-old girl, I was under the impression she was going to start school, but yet she found the book in one of our schools. At that point, Mom and Dad pulled that book out. So let's keep that in mind. And I want to give kudos to all of our kids from UIL and that continue to do great things in our district. Again, it's because of their parents, the teachers that we have, and I give kudos to all of our staff and continue to do great things. And God bless our district. We have challenges up ahead of us, but that's why we're here, to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. So thanks for coming up here, guys.
I would add, spoke at length my thoughts on the library books. Thank you for sharing, and I would support everything the three of you said on that. Spend my time tonight recognizing the Skills USA kids that, 50, 75, 100 of them. That's our future workforce. That's awesome, right? That is just a shout out to the teachers and our CTE programming for preparing everyone for careers. And like Mr. Curry said to the welders, you're not going to have to look for work very long. You're going to make plenty of money. And we recognize the HVAC and plumbing group. And as someone who just paid for a new motor and a couple pounds of Freon that got into the quadruple digits, they're not going to be hurting for money either. And so excited for them. It's becoming a staple to see the Talkington mock trial up here. So kudos to them. Kudos to Corey for the work that he does there. That's awesome. And the little PTA reflections kids, it was amazing. The only people smiling bigger than the little kiddos were all the principals in the back. They were just like glowing. It was really fun to watch. And last, I'd say congratulations, welcome home to Ezra. Excited for that hire. And Amy didn't know this, and everyone in the audience probably didn't know this, but there's only 6 of us up here, but she was confirmed 7-0 because Doug Young raised his hand to confirm her as well. And so that was fun to watch, and kudos to, wish Doug was still here to, again, just recognize him one last time before we lose that opportunity.
a lot of newness, a lot of good newness. And it was good to know about Ezra and the good things about Ezra. Amy, wonderful things about Amy. I'm looking at Dr. Christopher Anderson. Good that he's with us. And it was a joy to hear and to see all of the students and those parents who were here. I didn't even know about the PTA reflections. A lot of this is new to me, and I'm absorbing it and feeling good about it. I'm glad that the people spoke as they spoke. For citizens' comments, Charles, Monica, Noah, and Anna. I have the highest of regard for our SLAC. That's the one that looks at those books, read those books, find those books. A lot of good things are going on, and we're going to be okay, and we're going to do better than okay, because we can do it.
I think enough has been said about almost everything. I will just say, really appreciate our teachers at the Byron Martin. Some of them don't necessarily come from the teaching profession, but are providing technical instruction to kids for real life solutions that we have. And so I know public ed gets a lot of slack for a number of things, some justified, most not justified, but I continue to challenge citizens to find another district in our hemisphere that offers what we offer to kids to where they can be productive citizens without necessarily having to go to college. I'm not against college. I went to college myself, but I don't think college necessarily assures that you're a productive citizen or provides any more than a great certification and programming that's needed. In the business that I do, a lot of the people that we help are blue collar businesses that are started up by mom and pop, and they grow and do things, and so a lot of success. So super cool to see the number of programs that we offer, and having experienced several of those educators in person, really appreciate what they do, because it's definitely needed and honored.
Can I add one thing, Mr.
Yes,
Curry?
ma'am.
Really quick, I forgot to say, I wanted to thank LISD TV because they broadcast and post on the web all of these meetings. We had a student being recognized whose mom is out of town seeking medical treatment, and because of it being on YouTube, that parent was able to participate and watch their child. So thank you to Elizabeth and her team for making sure. And it also provides everybody in our community an opportunity to participate and that public opportunity to see what elected people do. And I think that's important. So, thank you. Sorry for my add-on.
No, that's great. Yes, I loved watching our student recognitions today. I want to really thank the educators who pour into these students to reach the levels of success that they are, and the volunteers and parents who poured into the students who did the reflections on their own time. I'm very, very excited about Mr. Chambers and Mrs. Estrada and them serving in the leadership roles that they are stepping into. We are very confident, and I want to thank our team for developing the new process that we're using to identify leaders and put them into these roles. So very, very proud of that work and excited to have these two people serving in our district in these new roles. And then I also want to thank Dr. Christopher Anderson. This is his first official meeting as our Chief Operations Officer. He has hit the ground running and is doing an amazing job. I know he probably feels a little bit like he's drinking out of a fire hydrant, but he is asking lots of great questions and has already met with his team, both individually and together as a group. And so we're very excited about him serving in this role and helping us lead in Lubbock ISD.
Welcome home.
Moving on, financials, approval of budget summary report, budget amendments, and budget transfers, statement of taxes collected, and the investment report for February 2026. Dr. Wilkins.
Good evening, Dr. Rollo, Board of Trustees, President Curry. Financials this evening, I'm going to start with our budget over actuals. If you look at our budget over actuals, you can see that we're trending about normal. We're a little bit high, but that's okay. It happens at this time of year. We'll catch up as the end of the year approaches. If you go to the next page, that's our food service fund, and I always have to give kudos to Airmark and our procurement team, who does a great job managing that food service fund. They do a great job with that. And then moving to the next one, we have our debt service fund. This is what we pay our bond payments out of, and we have a healthy fund balance in that, and we manage that very prudently, and so that's doing really well at this time. Moving on to our capital fund, you're starting to see some more movement in that because we're starting to spend some of those bond dollars now, and we're also wrapping up some of that 2018 bond interest money that we have left over, so that's where you're starting to see some money move there. Moving into the Head Start, this is the end of that Head Start, and we're going to be spending all that here very quickly. This is wrapping it up, and anything left will be wrapped up very quickly. The next page is our budget amendments. That is just showing a few things that we had to recognize, some revenue that came in and that we had to move around. So nothing out of the ordinary in our budget amendments. Moving on to our budget transfers. It's getting to that time of year where people are having a little bit of extra funds in various accounts, and they're scraping those to move to other accounts so they can purchase things that they need for the end of the year. So that's what you're seeing right there in our budget transfers. The next page is, this is our tax levy collection, and this is based on our fiscal year. So you'll see one for our fiscal year and one for LCAD's fiscal year. This one is trending along at about 80%, which is about normal. If you go to the next page, you can see theirs, and they're at about 93%. So we look at both because it happens at different times of the year, so we make sure we're monitoring and tracking both. That next page is just a calendar, so you can see a historical collection rate on those. The one thing I will show you, I'm not going to just jump up and down yet but we are trending a little bit higher at collections right now. We're getting back to pre-COVID, I guess you would say. I hate to say that word, but we're getting back, so that's good to see. The next page is our investments. You can see that interest rate is trending down, and we all know that is happening. We're hitting about a 3.78. The average that the pools are collecting is about 3.68. I will tell you one thing, though, is on our depository contract, we do not pay any fees. So that's a huge, huge thing. That's about $200,000 a year we save. So on top of the 3.78, you're looking at, 1 basis point, maybe a little more, that we're collecting, not paying those fees. So that's an awesome thing. And then the last thing I have in your packet is your enrollment, and we're still sitting at about that 850 mark. If you remember, we were at that 900 mark at the beginning of the year. We're about 850 now, so we have gained a few students. And then the last page is our attendance, and I am very pleased to announce that we're still trending of just a little bit above 93% attendance, and so that's very exciting right now. We historically had dropped down to about 91, 92, and so we're back up. We're showing progress there. So I'd be happy to answer any questions about the financials.
Any questions?
No, I just want to make a comment, Dwayne. Thanks for helping me the other day when I was in your office to try to figure some of these numbers. It was an eye-opener for me, so thank you very much. I'd like to continue that.
Yes, ma'am, anytime.
Thanks for sharing the the information about the fees. Being a banker myself, I mean, I realize, and I don't know if we know the amount of volume of transactions that the bank conducts, on behalf of the school district, but it takes a tremendous amount of operational support, lots of salaries that go into that. So for them to be paying us what they're paying us, although it's going down, but all market rates are going down, and for us not to be paying any fees is huge. So thanks for sharing that.
Yes, sir.
Do I have a motion to approve the financial reports for February 2026 as presented?
So moved.
We got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hands. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Consent agenda. Board approval of the minutes for the regular meeting and workshop held February 12, 2026, and the called public hearing and regular meeting held February 26, 2026. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the February 2026 board meetings as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hands. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0. Or, I'm sorry, 6-0, excuse me. Moving on. Academic action items. Consideration and approval of the certification of provision of instructional materials 2026-2027 form. Dr. Rollo?
Yes, this is an annual item that we bring to the Board of Trustees. It's a requirement that districts certify to the State Board of Education that the instructional materials that we are using have been approved by the State Board of Education. So this is just our certification form that we will submit upon your approval that lists the curriculum that we are using within Lubbock ISD. And where we can use high quality instructional materials, we are using those as we have shared with you before. Misty, do you have anything to add?
That's just an annual form.
Yeah. Looks like you checked all the right boxes.
We did.
Okay.
Do I have a motion to approve the certification and provision of instructional materials 2026-2027 form?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hand. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Consideration and approval to expand puberty education program in elementary school as recommended by the School Health Advisory Council. Dr. Rollo.
Yes, so going back to what Trustee Sharp said earlier about our SHAC and SLAC committees, I want to start by thanking our Student Health Advisory Committee. These are volunteers, and so this is a recommendation coming from those volunteers. Patty Braden is our district employee who serves as the lead on this committee, and then Catherine Wells, Dr. Catherine Wells with the City of Lubbock Health Department serves as the chair of this committee, and they have brought a recommendation forward to you. This is not changing the curriculum that we use in puberty education. It is taking it down to a lower grade level for the girls. Because our data is showing that more girls need this education at an earlier age. So it's taking it from 5th grade to 4th grade for girls only. The boys will still just be at 5th grade. Happy to answer any questions.
And just to let parents know, or guardians, or whatever the case might be, that the parents still have the autonomy to opt out of it.
Yes, the curriculum that we use is called Always Changing and Growing Up. It's a curriculum that's been approved by the SHAC and approved by you. The materials are available to parents to view, and parents can opt out if they want to choose to not have their child participate.
And I asked that question to Ms. County Deaver in regards to, is there very many parents or guardians that do that? And the answer is no. So that's a good thing. That means we're doing our part in education, and at the same time, they can still opt if they choose to when they're 4th graders.
Yes.
Will that change? I'm not sure. We'll find out next year.
And I would even add to that, like it's an opt-in or opt-out. It's not the parent having to go look for somewhere to opt out. It's I mean, as I know from my phone 3 days ago,
Yes.
I'm approving this for my 7th grade daughter, that it's a form that you say either yes or no. So all parents get to choose. It's not something you have to go look for.
I think you made it very clear that this is a data-driven decision when we had discussed it in committee, that the data is showing that young girls are maturing earlier, and so this is for their benefit to help explain what's happening. So appropriate, so thank you for staying on top of that.
Do I have a motion to approve the expansion of puberty education instruction to include 4th and 5th grade girls and 5th grade boys beginning in the 2026-2027 school year as recommended by the School Health Advisory Council?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hands. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Consideration and approval of library acquisition list as recommended by the School Library Advisory Council.
Yes, so as I thanked SHAC, I also want to thank the SLAC. This is also a group of volunteers who have been meeting regularly and doing some very
challenging work, and we have a member of that committee here in the audience today, so thank you for being here. This list of acquisition is the first time that our librarians have been able to order books. This is both for their libraries and then also for some of our elementary schools, it's books for the vending machines that students can use to use their behavior bucks to purchase books. So it's including both of that. This is a large number of books that are being requested because they haven't been able to order for so long. And so this list has been posted publicly on our website since early February, and there's a place where citizens could make public comments about any of the books on the list, and we have had 0 comments made about any of the books that are on the list. So I want to make sure that the public knows that this list has been available for viewing for well over a month. Almost 2 months. So this is a very transparent process, and so we just want to make sure the public understands that they have an opportunity to make comments on any of the books on this list. And so we are now bringing this list, it's been approved by SLAC, and so we're now bringing it to you based on their approval for your consideration and possible approval.
So you said large list. If you were to give a ballpark, how many are we talking about?
6,000.
6,000 books, okay. And
6,000 unique titles, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but they haven't ordered all year.
And the SLAC committee reviewed and
Yes, so
approved all
they,
these.
yes, sir.
How many do we have currently on the list for review right now?
Well, I'm going to ask Kim Callison to come forward because she works with this committee more regularly.
I'm getting to a point here.
Okay, so the acquisition list is right around 6,000.
Okay.
About a little over 4,000 of those are elementary.
Okay.
And then middle and high school make up the rest.
Okay.
For the reconsideration books, when we met last week on March 9th or a couple of weeks ago, there are now 17 books left that our SLAC committee is currently reviewing to make a decision to move forward on.
Without a whole lot of thought to this, how many have they reviewed already this year?
This is our first time to get to the review process. We had about 35 books on the list. There were 18 of them that had been reviewed by more than 3 or more reviewers under the previous process. The SLAC made the recommendation to take all of those reviews, and if however the majority had voted, they went with that. So 18 of those books have gone through the process from a previous review, and then 17 of them, they all took them to read over spring break.
Okay, so that's a lot of work is what I'm getting at here.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Sandra, thank you for the work that you do. It's a large volunteer role that you're taking on. Please tell all the other members thank you as well. And if it takes you a little bit of time to get through 6,100 books,
You give them to Jason.
no, I'm saying take your time. Like we heard some comments that we need to be faster. Keep doing what you're doing. It's volunteer work. Thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I just, not a question, Kim, but you're welcome to stand there.
Thank you, Kim.
I want to state for the record again, and Ms. Chavez mentioned this again, but I think this is probably the 6th meeting that we've mentioned this, and I wish the individuals that spoke on this subject were still here to hear some of this. Since September, any book that's been challenged or that was previously challenged has been taken off the shelf. Whether we agree with the challenge, disagree, it's irrelevant. It's taken off the shelf. So whether it takes 1 day or 90 days, it's off the shelf. So I'm getting tired of people claiming false facts about what we are doing as a school district. Additionally, there are books that have been removed. Whether I agree they should be removed or not removed or whatever, we've had independent committees of people that have reviewed those And there have been books that have been removed completely, and then there's books that have been removed from different grade levels. Maybe the committee decided this is not an elementary level book, but leave it in middle school or high school. Or it's not a middle school book, leave it in high school. Or, hey, this isn't a book that should be on the shelves at all. I think the reality is we could get 1,000 people to read the same book, and we'd probably get 1,000 different responses as to what they think about that book. So it's never going to be a perfect process. There's always going to be people that think books should stay. There's always going to be people that think books should go. What we are trying to do as a board of 7 and a group of 8 with Dr. Rollo is not allow our personal agendas to dictate what books stay and what books go. Because, okay, maybe there's 7 conservative people today. Maybe there's 7 liberal people tomorrow. Maybe, or whatever it can. Maybe there's 7 Christians today. Maybe there's 7 Muslims later. Whatever the case is, we're trying to have a process where common sense is brought into the equation to say, hey, should this be here? Should this not be here? And at the end of the day, we're not going to make everybody happy. And I think I can speak for the group. If a single group is static, we probably haven't done a good job in how we govern as a body up here. And so I want to make that comment. And then I also want the district, Dr. Rollo, to take the 3 books that were read tonight and review to see if those are even on our shelves. What I have a problem with, we've had a number of books over the course of, I think it's been at least 4 years that this has been a problem, or from the community. And the vast majority of the books that are read out loud are not in our libraries. And so I want us on the record to say whether those were in our libraries or not in our libraries. I'd be willing to guess that either all of them are not or the majority of them are not. And so if for the next meeting, if we can have that information, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Let me just add to that. It's actually a question. So the book that Susan Bettis had shared with me, and I shared it with you and Dr. Rollo, so you sent back that for us, they have to go through the process. So when we requested, as my colleague just did, we can just go ahead and do it, or we don't have to go through the process.
We're doing the reconsideration form for every book, but I think what
No, I know what he's saying, but in regards to these books.
I think what Trustee
Right?
Curry is saying is, can we verify that
I'm
the
just
books
asking if
that
they're
were
on our
read
shelves or
are,
not. Not
Because that list got cut in half.
So you're not telling them to pull the book,
No,
just see
ma'am.
if they're
No,
there.
ma'am.
Okay,
I'm
good.
just asking,
Okay.
are they on a shelf
Perfect.
in our library?
Okay.
Because
Like the one that Susan mentioned, but she would have to go through that
Yes,
process,
ma'am.
correct? Okay,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
was what I was trying to get
Yes,
at.
ma'am, but
yeah.
the
Thank you,
books
Ron,
that
I
were
appreciate
read-
that
Yes, ma'am.
Clarification. So that they know that it's not because we're saying it, because then they're gonna
Right.
think we have the autonomy to do this.
Right.
It's not the case.
Right, but just to verify.
To verify, we can, just like I
Because
did
the
with
title that was named
Yes.
does,
I can go ahead and share with you because I had my team checking. I don't know what the first 2 books that were read aloud are, so we'll have to research that. But this book is not on our acquisition list, it's not on the reconsideration list, and it's not on any of our inventories in our current libraries.
So, that's interesting.
Well, thank you for that. I've got the information of the people that spoke, and so I'll reach out to see if I can get the titles of those other 2 and what
Great.
school they found them at.
Great.
And I will reach out to Ms. Minharas to ask her where she got that one too, since it's not in our libraries. Okay, with that said.
Can I ask one more
Yes,
question?
ma'am.
I wanted to clarify that any parent has the right to say, I don't want my child to read XYZ book. And then that book is flagged, and when the child comes up to check it out, they say, I'm sorry, your parents do not allow you to check out this book, and the child can't check it out.
yes, ma'am.
In addition to that, every time a child checks out a book, the parent gets an email saying your child has checked out this title. So parents have lots of transparency from the district about what their child is reading. And
Yes. they
okay,
do.
just want to verify that was correct.
Absolutely. We currently have 6 parents that have requested to flag books at this time across
6
the
parents.
district.
Out of 23,000.
3,000. Yes, but they do get an email, and I know many of you have joked as parents yourself that sometimes you're like, that's a lot of emails that you're getting on a regular basis. as your kids are checking out books every week in the library. But yes, they receive an email if they have a working email address.
So there is a great deal of transparency, and the Slack meetings are posted.
Yes.
I mean, recorded. There is a tremendous amount of transparency. I wish our friends would have stayed to hear this information, because I think it would have been enlightening. So thank you.
I'm sure
for
they're watching
clarifying.
from home.
Thank you, LISD TV, that they can.
And this isn't the only time. We've talked about it every single time we've been out there. So all this has just been reiterated, and I think it's good to continue if we need to do that. Thank you.
And just before I read the motion, I will remind the public, the SLAC committee is made up of parents, LISD student parents. This is not bureaucrats. This is not retired body. This is not folks without kids. This is actual people who have students in our buildings right now, which is very important because they're the ones, they're our clientele. And so I think it's a very good group of people that represent a vast array of opinions.
And that's the voting group, right?
Correct.
The voting 7 are all parents in Lubbock ISD, right?
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the library acquisition list submitted and approved by the School Library Advisory Council?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by a show of hands. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Consideration and approval of contract with Region 17 Education Service Center for appointment as the support provider for the LIFT program. Dr. Rollo.
Yes, so we have already shared with you in previous meetings that Lubbock ISD is a recipient of a LIFT grant. This is a grant through TEA for which we applied and received for elementary and just elementary reading and math support. And so part of this grant requires that we have a technical assistance provider who will provide the support, and the money, a big portion of the money from the grant goes to this support. And we are asking for your approval that support be from Region 17. Happy to answer any questions, or I'll ask Misty to answer any questions that you have about this request.
Do I have a motion to approve the contract with Region 17 Education Service Center as the support provider for the LIFT grant?
So moved.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by a show of hands. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Moving on, consideration and approval of revision to District of Innovation inter-district transfers. Dr. Rollo.
Yes, so the next two items that we're asking for your consideration and possible approval are related to each other. And we have talked about this at length in two different Student Achievement and Engagement Committee meetings. So I'm not going to go into detail on it, but the first one is for your consideration and possible approval for a revision to our District of Innovation plan around intra-district transfers. And this is regarding giving the district some flexibility when we have a student who's transferring to Lubbock ISD from outside of Lubbock ISD's boundaries. And so it's just giving us some more flexibility to make some decisions when we need to help our students achieve and make sure that we're meeting the needs of our students across the district.
Do I have a motion to approve the revisions to District of Innovation inter-district transfers as recommended by the District Educational Improvement Council?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by a show of hands. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Consideration and approval of revisions to Board Policy FDA Local Admissions Inter-District Transfers. Dr. Rollo.
Yes, so now that you have approved the change to the District of Innovation Plan, we're going to ask that you also make an adjustment to Board Policy FDA Local regarding intra-district transfers. And again, it's related to what is part of the change in the DOI plan.
Do I have a motion to approve the revisions to Board Policy FDA Local Admissions Inter-District Transfers as presented?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by a show of hands. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Administrative action items, consideration and approval of interlocal contract with the Department of Information Resources. Dr. Anderson.
Thanks, President Curry and the board. Good to see you. For your consideration, the state has set aside money to provide resources for K-12 institutions in regard to cybersecurity. In order to access these resources, we're required to have an interlocal agreement with the state of Texas. This is a one-time agreement, and that allows us access that does not obligate us to any purchases or expenses, but it may provide potential cost savings in the future for us.
Does this allow Mr. Jackson to spend more money?
Hopefully it allows him to spend less money for the same services.
That's the only way I'll approve it. Do I have a motion to approve the interlocal contract with the Department of Information Resources?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hands. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Consideration and approval to accept a bid to purchase real property owned by the district, commonly known as one lot north of Lubbock High School, and delegation of authority. Dr. Rollo.
Yes, so at our December board meeting, you authorized us to declare this property as surplus. And so it then went on the market, and we have received a bid. And so we are asking you to approve us or to authorize us to move forward and negotiate the sale of this property. It is a single lot across the street from Lubbock High that we really do not have a use for.
In the middle of a block.
In the middle of a residential block.
That we've owned for decades upon
A
decades.
long
Okay.
time.
Is that bid open, public information?
I mean, we had a realtor who put it on the market for us.
Listed
so
on MLS.
yes.
Right, no.
Yes.
But I guess I'm referring to the price, when it was bidded. I mean, was there just one, two?
The item actually says there was one. We ended up having more than that, and so we're asking you to approve that we negotiate with the highest
To do
bidder.
it, got you, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
The bid that we're asking you to approve is for $8,600. Yes.
Do I have a motion to accept the bid in the amount of $8,600 for the purchase of real property, commonly known as one lot north of Lubbock High School, and delegate authority to the superintendent to negotiate, finalize, and execute the district's acceptance of such bid and execute all necessary closing documents?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hands. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Consideration and approval to accept a bid to purchase real property owned by the district, commonly known as 5 lots south of Roberts Elementary School, and delegation of authority. Dr. Rollo.
Yes, so we did receive multiple bids on this one as well. These lots were declared surplus in December and went on the market, and we received a bid. The highest bid was $80,000, and so we're asking for you to approve us to go ahead and move forward with the authorization and sale of those lots.
Do I have a motion to accept the bid in the amount of $80,000 for the purchase of real property, excuse me, I'm not very smart today, commonly known as 5 lots south of Roberts Elementary School, and delegate authority to the superintendent to negotiate, finalize, and execute the district's acceptance of such bid and execute all necessary closing documents?
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hands. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Moving on to procurement.
Quick
Approval-
question, sorry. On this, it says December, did we declare it December 12th, 2024, 2025?
I'm sorry, that is a mistake. It should have been 20.
Oh, okay, all right, I'm just making sure.
We'll correct that. Thank you.
Moving on to procurement. Approval of district purchases. Dr. Anderson?
Thanks. We have 4 purchases for consideration. First, we have a property insurance policy. This is a newly negotiated policy that represents year 1 of 5 years, with the remaining 4 years being optional renewals for you. I want to highlight the great work that Lisa Thompson has done to negotiate this new policy, and also we're happy to welcome Doug Brannon from Gallagher. He's with us. We're pleased to bring forward this policy from Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services as presented in the last board workshop, which will represent a reduction of around $1 million per year to cover property, boiler, and machinery insurance system-wide. Pending your approval, this goes into effect on April 1st. Secondly, we have an interlocal agreement with Texas Tech University to cover fees for our Talkington students to attend Follow My Lead. That is listed as $489 funding that you see, which is from the Talkington Foundation. That's no cost to the district. The next two I'll cover as a pair. These are both renewals for Bluebonnet curriculum that you approved last year. The renewal is for the next school year, and the first is from Great Minds. That's our Math K-5 curriculum, which will be purchased using a combination of the completion of LASSO grant funds. That's the $429 that's listed there, with the remainder coming from the IMA funds, which are listed as $410 on your list. The second is Region 4 Printworks, and that's the RLA K-5 Bluebonnet curriculum. That'll come completely from IMA funds.
Questions? Do I have a collective motion to approve the district purchases as presented?
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hands. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Moving on, approval of construction job order contracting delivery method and delegation of authority. Dr. Anderson.
Yes, this item is to delegate authority to the superintendent and use job order contracting delivery method for the pylon sign at Smith Elementary, window repair at Ramirez, and a parking lot addition at Lubbock High. This is just for the authority.
Do I have a motion to approve delegating authority to the superintendent for choosing criteria, relative weights, ranking, selection, and evaluation of proposals, and the use of job order contracting delivery method for the projects presented?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by show of hands. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Approval of district construction purchases. Dr. Anderson.
Yes, based on that approval, we have three construction purchases tonight for your consideration. The first is at Preston Smith Elementary, which has two pylon signs that require replacement. This is a not to exceeds amount. There's some electrical work that's included in that, but we expect that to be slightly less than that number. Secondly, we have 33 windows at Ramirez Elementary that need an important safety repair. The casement needs to be rebuilt for each of these windows, and Sodexo will be handling that from repair and maintenance account. The third and last item is the paving of the small lot at Lubbock High on the southeast side of the school. As listed, this funding is listed as 634, which, just as a reminder, is bond funds from 2018. This is part of the conclusion of the final interest earnings from those bond funds.
Thank you. Can I speak yet? Yeah, just appreciate, especially I thought it was a real safety concern, and you all jumped right on this, and I appreciate that with students parking across the street and having to cross 19th, and then we had some property unpaved, and so I think this is going to take care of some safety concern and have kids parking in an area that's contiguous with the campus. So thank you for looking for a way to get that done.
And it's going to look better.
And it's going to look better.
For sure. This doesn't have anything to do with our purchases, and I should have said this during trustee comments, but you mentioned Sodexo, Dr. Anderson. Shout out to them as well as Mr. Meeks. There was a safety concern out at Lowry that we saw yesterday for a meeting or day before yesterday. And Sodexo had it fixed within 24 hours before a big event. So I know they get a lot of complaints at times, but both thankful to Mike to making it a priority and them for getting it corrected. Do I have a collective motion to approve the district construction purchases as presented?
So moved. Oh.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by a show of hands. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. We do have need for another executive closed session. I will say to the folks in the audience, this is follow-up on existing items, so no action is likely on the conclusion, but an executive closed session will be held under the provisions of Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. It is 7:04 p.m. and we are adjourned to closed session.